Hey friends, aloha, it's Emily. I hope you are doing well. I am coming at you live from our house in Honolulu. And so thank you so much for being here. We're like 6 hours different in time. So it's like 4:30ish right now back home or here, which means it's probably close to 11 your time. So if you're watching this live, you should go to sleep, man. We have been here for about 3-ish, maybe a little over 3 weeks now. I'm going to do a whole nother video on, I have so many people to thank from when we moved here that helped us. And there are still so many people helping us back home with various just logistics things regarding our properties and stuff. So I'm going to do a whole separate video related to that. But I did want to let you know, if you are still up and haven't gone to bed yet, I am drinking, again, it's going to be 5 o'clock somewhere. But we became Costco members when we moved here because that's evidently the place to be in Honolulu. And I had to show you guys, I brought my receipt from when we just went. And this bottle of wine, it's a Pinot Grigio that I bought. Look at this last line, Pinot Grigio, Kirkland Select. That's the brand. It's really good. $4.99. I'm gonna keep my Costco membership and make the drive to Greenville when we get back home. I drink way too much wine for it to be paying $20, $30 a bottle. But I'm really excited to be here. And so let me just share. I don't know how many of you are on social media as much as me. I'm back on Facebook now. That's been fun. I've been back on Facebook for a couple months now after I was unceremoniously kicked off. But I do follow this young lady on Instagram and YouTube. I don't really do the TikTok thing. I tried and I just can't get in a rhythm. But her name is Melanie. She has Just Being Melanie, and her page and presence is all about drawing awareness to folks that are going through menopause, perimenopause, postmenopause, and just all of the things that we don't care about anymore. But that's not who we are on this channel. We do care. We care a lot. So this is my We Do Care Fairfield Harbor Club edition. So strap in. You guys have been keeping the airwaves hot. I've been reading all of the weekly updates that come out. I have been keeping pulse on the two Facebook groups that I chose to join back that are dedicated to Fairfield Harbor. And I mean, there is literally no gap in coverage here, y'all. I was hoping there would be like a slow week, like y'all would let me move and then things would be fine, but no such luck. Couple quick fun things about Hawaii while we're waiting here. Hawaii doesn't have snakes. And so for those of us that live on the creek and are very familiar with the timber rattlers and the copperheads and all the things, it literally took us about a week to 2 weeks of walking outside before we stopped saying, make sure you watch for snakes. It's been really nice to be able to walk the dogs and not have to worry about that. The other thing that has been really nice is that there are no mosquitoes. And then the other thing that has been really nice is that our house does not have air conditioning, but it does not need it. We are living up on a mountain in Manoa for right now. And the house is, I mean, it's just perfect temp all the time. We leave the doors and windows open all day. That's been super nice for me because I tend to like things on the warm side. But let's talk about things that have been going on in Fairfield Harbor. I'm going to take my sunglasses off because, again, you guys have given me tons of information and things have been so fun. We have done a lot of fun things in Fairfield Harbor, and I think the community for what it's worth and all the things that we are going through with the angst around the board of directors. I think right as I was leaving, literally within days, it was Wayne Anderson and Chris Barajas announcing their resignations from the board. I read their letters. That was devastating. But I will say that I hope Wayne is doing well. I hope you are taking all of your doctor's orders and you are continuing to get well. Chris, we got to catch up soon, man. I want to thank Al for his streaming. We live in a very congested area. It's Honolulu. It's like a big city. So whereas in Fairfield Harbor, I could stream and not have a bunch of background noise, I do not know what background noise you are going to pick up on this mic. So we'll see. This is a test. This is a first live stream from here. So we'll see how it goes. But Al's video of the September 11th memorial, we do care about. And it was beautiful. Al, you do such a great job of putting together all of the content for those things and making it really meaningful. Thank you so incredibly much for doing that. And thank you to everybody that participated, helped plan, and put that whole event together. That was happening right as we were in the throes of packing and things like that. And it looked like such a well-produced event. And that's a huge boon for Fairfield Harbor. I know it was really sentimental to those who were able to go and who remember the events of September the 11th. And for the young kids that are learning about it from a historical perspective, it's so great that we do that and have that memorial as you enter Fairfield Harbor at the fire department. So thanks to everybody that participated, planned, executed, taped, made it available for those of us that couldn't attend in person. September 30th, I do not remember her name. I've been sitting here as I've been just yakking away, trying to remember the sweet lady's name who started the flu clinic in Fairfield Harbor. I think it was September 30th. And there were several people that had already gone, I saw on Facebook, had already gone and gotten their flu shot, so they didn't participate. But several people did come and participate, and I heard it was a really well executed event. So thank you to those who think outside the box, identify areas where we have gaps within our community and seek to fill those. That was such a good idea and a good opportunity. When I saw the 2025 Newbern, the Newbern Cup, and Paul Cormier got his hole-in-one on hole 9, I was over the moon. I was so excited when I read that in the Friday update. I love Paul, and his if it had only been on hole 11 where he won that car, man, I was really hoping that he would have done that. But a hole-in-one is a hole-in-one, and there are not many people that can say they've done that on that golf course. So congratulations, Paul. Really well deserved. I hope you are still reveling and basking in what that felt like. Don't forget it. There's been a lot of storms. Not here. I think there's supposed to be a hurricane coming from what I read on the news yesterday, but we've had some rain up here, but we're very tropical. As you can see behind me, the folks that we are renting from, they have a ton of plants and everything is so green and beautiful. But lots of storms canceled the concert that was going to be had in Fairfield Harbor at the end of September, I think it was, or the first part of November. We've had a ton of water. Saw a lot of posts regarding neighbors helping neighbors as it related to making sure that boats were not coming off their moors and ties at the marina and things like that. So great job, everybody, for helping out and seeing a need and stepping up to the challenge. We even had people calling us to let us know that they checked on our property after the storm and that everything was fine. And we really, really appreciate that. Umberto did not come to play. It's so crazy whenever you think about, we had asked, it's probably been a couple years ago, when Florence hit, what was the winter like before that? And so many people told us that that was the last time it had snowed. in Fairfield Harbor. And I've always kind of kept that in the back of my mind, like it snowed and then Florence hit. And because it snowed so much in New Bern this past winter, I mean, 6+ inches in places, I was wondering what the storm season would be like. And we have not had a Florence, knock on all the wood, but it has, it was definitely all that water from Umberto, and then the storm right after it's just soaked the ground, I'm sure. So stay safe, everybody, and keep looking out for each other. Also, I saw a lot of good updates about the parking lot sale and the auxiliary bake sale that was on October 4th. That was really well attended and looked to be a lot of fun. We had the sailboat races on October the 5th, the day after. Lots of events that weekend in Fairfield Harbor, so that was a lot of fun. And then on the 14th, there was the Charlie Kirk Memorial that Ramona put together, and that I've seen posts and I've talked to folks that attended and talked about what a respectful event and just how much everybody who was there really just took some time, right, to reflect and to think about things that are going on right now. That was such, his assassination was just such, I couldn't even, I mean, it was, I have 2 young kids that we talk about Charlie Kirk. I listen to his podcast all the time. And so, crazy. But thank you, Ramona, for putting that together. We got some things coming up. Oh, what else happened between now and then? Oh, Taylor Swift came out with her new video. I don't know if you've seen or listened to her new album. We have obviously listened to her new album. We bought it for Madison. This was her first vinyl record purchase. So we now have a record player and we have T Swift on vinyl. And that was a lot of fun to listen to that with her. So if you're a Taylor Swift fan, I hope you love the record, would love to talk about it. Feel free to call or text me. Just keep in mind the time difference. So we have a couple things coming up. We've got the chili cook-off coming up on the 19th. So that's here imminently, right? I don't even know what today is. And I don't have my glasses on. Today's the 16th. So 17, 18, 19. This weekend, chili cook-off is coming up at Red Sail Park, and it's going to be rain or shine. So I hope people go. I think I saw that all 10 spots for the cooks were taken. So that's exciting. I can't wait to see who wins. That always is a good time every year. I hate we won't be able to be there this year. On the 26th from 3 to 5, there's trunk or treat. And this just was bittersweet reading this. I know it's going to happen. Halloween happens every year, but it made me think of Morgan and all the work that she used to put into all the kids' activities, the trunk or treats, the Easter egg hunts, the balloon throwing. So just seeing the trunk or treat coming up on October 26th made me think of her, and it made me smile. And then we've got Tunnel to Towers. That's a charity golf tournament that's happening November the 1st. So even though right now we're not living there, these things still matter to me. This charity golf tournament is looking to raise $25,000 to help put an electric lift in. I've seen elevator, electric lift. I know there's a difference, but it's to help get disabled veterans and other disabled folks in and out of the restaurant and golf club. I think that's such a great idea. And I love that we took a data-driven approach. I saw, and I'm not going to remember the numbers off my head, but over 100 people that were surveyed had disabilities that inhibited their ability to be mobile and get in and out of places. And of those, like, if I remember right, 40 to 60%, that's a really wide range whenever you're talking about percentages, but it was a big number, were veterans. And so I hope folks that are able to will participate and or support the Tunnels to Towers charity golf tournament coming up on November 1st. And that we make that $25,000 donation, or we make that goal of $25,000. That'll be a good ad. We've got the farmers markets happening. I have seen lots of posts. I went once, I think the first time it was open, and so much good stuff. I bought very little just because we were in the throes of packing, but I'm so glad that we brought that into Fairfield Harbor. Great idea. I wanted to ask, Lee's faucets updates. That is something else that has come out new in the past couple weeks that I loved. I loved getting a kind of fresh perspective on these are the gaps that we've had in the past and the reason why we haven't been able to report out as timely as we want to. These are where the numbers haven't always made sense, and we've asked for audits of these things, and these are the findings of the audits that have been had so far, and we've made these changes to the books, and telling it in a way that does not require some type of code or advanced accounting degree to understand. I really appreciate it. Lee, really great job on those updates as they come out. I will be keeping an eye out for the other one. And while I'm talking about the board updates, there is an open, I've seen it a couple times in the Friday updates, and I've kind of, in my we do care, because we do, minutes. Yes, that is the alphabet. This is like homeschool material that I'm writing this on. But in several of the Friday updates, they have a call for secretary position for the board of directors. I know the board of directors is contentious, especially right now, but for somebody that can take the time to attend the meetings in person, who can document the decisions that are had, the meeting agendas, get follow-up notes put out and get them voted on and approved in a timely manner, get them available if somebody, and I'm happy to do it if somebody would give me the access to it. But to be able, I'm hoping we could get somebody that could look at front steps and get all the documentation out there, keyword searchable, and in a format where people can literally say, I want to see all the things that have to do with this lawsuit. I want to see all the things that have to do with community center. I want to see all the things that have to do with dog park, right? And you keyword search and then hear all of the Friday updates, hear all of the board of director meeting minutes where the dog park was discussed. That would just be so nice. And it's not hard to do. It's just going to be time consuming just due to the volume of documentation that's out in that FH front steps document repository, if you will. And I don't even know, having looked at it myself just to see if it was possible, I don't even know that that allows for that capability. It would be so nice to just be able to keyword search what we are looking for and rename things so that you know exactly what it's being, without having to read 18 pages of a bylaws update. Just quick high level bylaws update to amend this thing, right? Just very short, sweet, and to the point, but make it to where people know what they're going into without having to look through 1,000 things. Last thing I'll say on that, to a couple things. One, there was a meeting. I don't know, for you guys that are in the East Coast, it's really late right now. But if you went to or watched the recording of the board of director meeting that happened this week, I don't think there is a open full agenda board of director meeting happening in October, but there was a very short one where the only sole agenda item was a vote on moving the offices from where they sit now outside of the gates of, what's the name of that road? Coral Reef, right there on the left where you have the gatehouse on the right as you're coming down. They're on the left there, moving them from that location to the new community center. That was voted on and approved by a vote of 3-2. Really appreciated the recording that happened so that I could hear the sentiment. Like, there's so much that we get out of recordings like this, like the meeting recordings that have been done so far. There's so much that we get, not aside from the written word, documented, like documenting the agenda, documenting decisions made, who made them, the vote, all of that stuff, important. But you do not get tone, intentionality, some of the undercurrent of when the audience is interacting with the board, making their decisions. feeling that undercurrent of, oh, they're frustrated. Oh, they really liked this. Oh, this did not go off well. Oh, this was really well accepted. Being able to feel that in the form of a recording, especially for those of us that work, for those of us that have kids in school or sick kids at home or elderly and don't have access to a computer or internet, just saying like I was there, but I got pulled out for a quick second and I couldn't attend the whole thing and I just want to go back and re-listen to the meetings. Or hey, I was there but I was distracted scrolling Facebook and I would like to just go back and re-listen later at night with a glass of wine, right? Like that's all important and all valid use cases for us continuing to support and record all of these meetings. It gives us a better understanding of what is happening, how people are reacting to it, so that we are better informed and can make better decisions as homeowners within the community. Having said that, I did want to ask, are you all attending these board advisory panel, the BAP meetings? I've seen in a couple of the updates that those meetings are happening and we are to bring any questions, comments, concerns to that meeting. They will take it to the board. I have not been to one of those, admittedly, but I would love to know if you are going. Do you feel like you're being heard? Do you feel like the context and the content of what you're talking about is taken to the board? Are they reacting to it? How are they reacting to it? What is the report out mechanism for that? I would love to know from somebody that is attending those meetings regularly, or if you've attended one and you saw no action from it and you were like, I'm not wasting my time anymore. I just would love to know kind of if that is a good use of our community's time. That's all. I would love to know your feedback on that if that's something that you're attending. So we do care. And now that for the couple months that we're away, I am actively looking at ways. We have so many people that own homes in Fairfield Harbor, but that are not actively living in Fairfield Harbor on a full-time basis. They either acquired their property in an estate situation, a parent passed away and they were the recipients of that property, or they've purchased property but they live somewhere else as an investment property. I know several that reach out to me every time something's coming up to say, hey, I got this letter in the mail. I don't really understand what it means. Can you help me? There is a huge, I'm not going to say, yes, I am going to say huge. We have a huge gap of people that do not live in Fairfield Harbor on a regular, consistent basis, that have zero pulse on actually what is happening in our community. They are votes lost, regardless of what they would vote. The votes aren't counted if they don't participate in the vote. I want to use this platform and or others, whether that's social media, but I do plan to reach out to some folks based on property owners that I know own properties there. How would you like to, if you're not reading the Friday updates, maybe this house was handed down to you after the loss of a parent. How are you getting informed? Are you informed? Do you feel like you know what's happening? Do you want to know what's happening? If you do, what's the best way to get that information to you? If we continue to just accept that there is a void for those people that do not live in Fairfield Harbor or Eastern North Carolina on a regular full-time basis, and we just accept that as a standard, but yet we're not making the board specifically, it shouldn't be on us as community members to make sure these people are actively engaged. But from a POA, property owners association perspective, who are governed and kind of this oversight system of checks and balances for these folks, and we're just leaving this demographic untouched and we're not even trying to figure out how we communicate with them, it's a big issue for me. So I am going to be actively looking into ways to close that gap, to bridge that gap, and see if we can't get some more buy-in from just in anything from people that don't actively have a vested interest in the happenings within the community. So that's that. But we do care, right? Fairfield Harbor, and great job. I love that we're into fall. I'm sure it's cooling down there. It's still in the 80s here, which I expect you know, every day. But I do miss Fairfield Harbor. I miss our home. I miss our friends. And I just want to say thanks to all the people. I've had so many just wine afternoons for me, wine nights for you guys, with folks that just want to catch up and chat and all that fun stuff. So thanks for indulging me. Thanks for being here. I'm going to cut this off now so I can go eat dinner. But I hope you have a great rest of your week. Enjoy this weekend, and good luck to everybody fighting the good fight at the chili cook-off. I cannot wait to see who wins, okay? And please make sure that you sign up or figure out some way to participate in this Tunnel to Towers charity golf tournament so that we can get to that $25,000 goal and get that electric lift into our restaurant and golf club so that folks that can't climb those stairs or do that ramp can actually get in there and take advantage of that. So thank you guys so much. Mahalo for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.